Hey, welcome to a continued adventure in old code. We're going to go back to LASRGAME today and uncover the truth about why A had to be 33 and not 32, and maybe uncover some other awesome tidbits, and maybe even try and beat the game. We'll see. We'll see how that works. I don't think I ever beat it ever in my life, but as always, we'll hack it. LASRGAME. Okay, so last time we left off right here. We were, if A was 32 or 64, then we made it 33 and 65, and then we set it back down to 32 and 64 here. And the reason is because this has something to do with the sound. So you can see here that the X's, okay, this is the stars, and if you can't see it, okay, so these are the stars, and I'm not storing them, they're just part of the background. We don't look for collisions between the laser and the stars. What we will look for collisions for are between the lasers and all these X and Y coordinates. So what we're effectively doing is, if there are 32 Zalcunians, then there are going to be 33 things that we can shoot at. If there are 64 Zalcunians, there will be 65 things we can shoot at. And because we're adding one to A, we're adding one to this loop, we're calculating random coordinates, random radius. So there's an extra Zalcunian or object that we will be able to be hit if there are 32 or 64 Zalcunians. So that is what that's all about. And we'll get into that, what that is in a bit. But we don't want there to be 33 Zalcunians or 65, so we set it back to 32 and 64. We draw the circle. Now, here we go. If A equals 32, then P set at the XY coordinate, the 33rd one, remember this is the one we added, basically put a yellow dot there. And if A equals 64, then put a yellow dot at the coordinates of the 65th set of coordinates. So when you get to the advanced stages, there will be a yellow dot. It will look like a star, except it will be yellow, and it's a special one. Okay, then we start the timer, because remember, this is time-based. We have so many seconds to complete each level. So time equals timer. Timer on enables the trap. I don't think I needed to use the timer on syntax. Maybe I did. That turns on the timer, but I don't think I used it properly. But that's okay. Timer just is a thing that brings back a number of seconds since something happened. So we can randomize the timer, setting the number of seconds to be the random seed of the random number generator, or we can just capture it into this time variable as sort of a starting time. Okay, for G equals 1 to 28, shot G equals 0. So we had shot as an array, and it's up here somewhere. Here we go. Shot is an array of single values that we have 128 of them. Okay, here we're setting them all to 0. For G equals, okay, then we're looping through all of them. If G equals 1, then shot G equals 470 minus 4. If G is greater than 1, then shot G equals the previous shot minus 4. So what is the shot values? The shot values are the Y values for those little green boxes on the right side of the screen. The first one will be 470 minus 4. I could have just said 466. That's the Y value of the first one, and then we're just going to, each subsequent one, we're going to put it 4 pixels above the last one. So that sets the Y values, and that just draws the box. It's a line command, it's a small one, color 2, and box fill, which we've seen before. So that draws the shots remaining bar on the right. Okay, now we get into the game loop. So this is just all setting up first. Y2 equals 470. Now Y2 is the Y coordinate of your ship. This never changes. I set it up here, didn't I? Y2 equals 470. And for good measure, I've set it again in case some random proton pummels through your computer, changing the register values without you being aware of it. Okay, Y2 equals 470. Okay, we got 3 line commands, and our ship is a triangle. Nice, nice. So this is just drawing it. X2, Y2 to X2 plus 9, Y2 plus 9. Color red, another little line that's red, and another little line that's red. And then we're painting inside, filling it up with color blue until you hit color red. So X2, Y2 is that coordinate along the bottom, and so I'm adding one. Oh no, it's the top, the tip of the triangle. So I'm adding 1 to the Y coordinate, so I start my paint command within the triangle. Okay, so this draws your ship. Every time through the loop, it'll draw the ship at those coordinates. Okay, and then we grab keyboard input, but this isn't inside its own do loop. So what this means is the loop, everything is going to happen. And more often than not, we will not have hit a button, and so it'll just keep drawing your ship. What else does it do? It draws your ship, and it just keeps drawing your ship until you hit a button. If you hit a button, then we're going to check which button you hit. If you hit the sound button, then S equals negative S. If you recall up here, we had S equals to 1. It's just a flag. It's going to be 1 or negative 1. It's going to flip back and forth. Okay, that turns the sound on and off. If we hit the left button, then if X2 is greater than 10, then what we're going to do is we're going to do all those drawing commands that we did to create the ship in reverse order, and this time all the colors are 0, so we're erase the ship. So if we hit the left button, and if its X coordinate is greater than 10, so if we can move left, erase the ship and subtract 10 from the coordinate. And then next time through the loop, we'll use that new updated X coordinate to have moved our ship over to the left 10 pixels. Okay, similarly, if we hit right, we'll do a right bounds check, erase the ship, and add 10 to our X coordinate. Now, if we fired a shot, then we add 1 to shot total. We remove 1 from shots, and I'm guessing shot total is the total number of shots were shot in the whole game. This is for the statistics screen. The shots are the shots that you have left for the current level. Now shot take is A divided by 2, which is how many shots you would have started out at the beginning of the level. We're going to add 1 and we're going to subtract A divided by 2 minus shots. Okay, if A was 1, let's say A was 2. No, 2 Zalcunians. If A was 2, then this is 2 divided by 2 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 minus shots. If I took a shot, if I took no shots, this would be 2 minus 1, which is 1. If I took a shot, this is 2 minus 0. Okay. If A is 2 and I took a shot, this becomes 2, so this becomes 2, this becomes 2, so this becomes 1. I took a shot, that becomes 0. Shot take is 2. No, shot take is, 2. So if I didn't take a shot, it was 1. If I did take a shot, it's now 2. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a very convoluted way of trying to see how many shots I've taken this round only. I could have had a simple variable called shots this round and just increased it like I did with shot total and then reset it every level, but no, I decided to do this crazy thing. Remember, at this point I've drawn those green bars up the side of the screen for the shots, and now I'm calculating how many shots I've taken this round, and I'm drawing a line. I'm basically, so rather than redrawing how many shots you have every time through the loop, I just draw it once, and then every time I take a shot I erase that box by going shot of, if I took one shot, right, because if I started off with 2 shots and I took a shot, I want to erase shot 2. If I started off with, if I haven't taken a shot, if I have taken a shot, I want to erase shot 1. Oh, whatever. You know what? Clearly I'm doing things very complicated. Anyway, this erases your green rectangle. If shots is -1, then shots equals 0. Okay. If shots is greater than -1, it will always be greater than -1. Because if it's equal to -1, it becomes 0. And all I ever do is subtract 1 from it. Okay, whatever. So if I have shots left, oh, this is the laser. This is the laser. Okay, so if I've shot, then P set x2, y2, which is, remember, the coordinate of the tip of my ship. I'm drawing a yellow dot there, and I'm looping, and I'm subtracting 2 from y2. y2 is the x-coordinate of my ship, but here I'm hijacking y2 and using it as the x-coordinate of the bullet, but then I set it back to 470 after I shoot. Perfect. Okay, so I shoot, and the pixel goes up by 2 every time, and I loop until y2 is equal to minus 52. So I let the laser go all the way up the screen, past the screen, and then I'm done, and y2 equals 470. Okay. And then I erase the pixel. Okay, so at this point I've drawn yellow dots every 2 pixels up the screen. Now I'm going to go and erase them. So I'll start at x2, y2, where my laser started, and set it to 0. But unfortunately, if I set it to 0 right at the start of the laser, I've erased part of the ship. So that's why this check, if it was 470 that I erased, then I have to add that red boundary to my triangle once again. Excellent. Okay, so this goes through and erases the laser. Okay, for B equals 1 to A. So now I'm looping through all the Zalcunians. If the absolute value of my ship's x-coordinate and the Zalcunian's x-coordinate is less than the radius of the Zalcunian, and xb and yb is not 0, so I'm just making sure there are values in there. Okay, then, so if my shot kills the Zalcunian, all we have to do is a horizontal check. It doesn't matter the vertical check, because we can kill multiple ones at a time. We're just doing a horizontal check. Did the laser hit the circle? Okay, multi. So multi is going to keep track of how awesome this shot was, how many Zalcunians you killed. It starts off as 0, and then we add 1. Now, if for D equals 1 to 2 and C equals 1 to 15, circle. Okay, so you'll notice when I shoot a Zalcunian, let's just play. When I shoot a Zalcunian, it like glows and then dies. And that's what I'm accomplishing here. Basically looping through all the colors, rapidly drawing the circle there, do it a couple times, and then erase the circle. Now the circle equals circle plus 1, Zalcunians equals Zalcunians plus 1, and set x and y to 0. Okay, not sure exactly what circle is doing, is keeping track of. Zalcunians, I'm guessing, is keeping track of the number of Zalcunians I killed. After that Zalcunian is dead, I set its x and y values to 0. So what that does, in conjunction with this check here, is rather than check for hits, I basically don't check dead Zalcunians for laser hits. When in fact I kind of do, because I do the check first. And then check to see if they're... Oh no, that's actually... I do the check, but if they were dead, I don't want to do all this stuff. Right. So that's an early exit. Let's just make sure if they're not dead. Okay. So if I hit them and they're not dead, then do all that. Now, what do we got next here? Okay, here is where we get to the magic 33 and 65. Now, if x2 is equal to x33 and a was 32, or x was 60, x2 is equal to x to 65 and a equals 64. So basically, if that special object was created for this level and we hit it, remember it's a dot, so we had to be right on it, then E shot becomes Y. Remember, we set E shot all the way up here somewhere to be no. E shot, I believe, means extra shot. Oh boy. Okay, so E shot is, so if we hit this special one, then E shot is Y. And we set that pixel back to, oh, we erase that pixel. Okay, and then shot, and here's the crux. Shots equals shots plus 10. We add 10 to your shots. For G equals 1 to 28, shot G equals 0. For G equals 1 to shot, okay, so we've seen this before. It appears that if we hit the magic dot, we get, not only do we get 10 more shots, oh no, we get 10 more shots, but because of that funky way I was erasing everything, I have to reset your shot totals. So this is just me adding 10 to your shots graphically on the side of the screen. Okay, and then we're setting that pixel back to 0, which we don't really have to because we've done it here if there were 32 Zalcunians. Here we're just setting pixel 33 to 0, which is not supposed to be there, because if you had 64 Zalcunians, your 65th one was a special star that you had to hit. This would just set a black dot on the 33rd Zalcunian, which is a normal Zalcunian. Anyway, whatever the case. If your sound is on, then play this magic little tune to let the player know that they've hit the magic dot so they get 10 more shots. And the reason is because when I was playing this, I realized at the later levels it's very, very difficult to win with the limited number of shots that you had shot. So all that, this is all in the firing if you hit fire. And this if was if you hit the magic thing. Okay, now if multi is greater than or equal to 1, then hit equals hit plus 1. So if we hit something, it's a hit. We're keeping track of the hits. If it's 0, because we didn't hit anything, then we add 1 to misses. M shot equals M shot multi plus 1, and multi equals 0. This is keeping track of our singles or doubles or triples or quadruples. It's an array, so M shot of 1 will be your total singles that you've made. M shot of 2 will be your doubles. M shot 3 will be your triples. Multi is just the number of circles you killed in that shot, and that's what this line is doing. So if you killed 4, multi is 4. M shot of 4 gets increased by 1. And multi gets set to 0 because this is only calculating how many Zalcunians you killed using this one shot. We're done that one shot now. We're setting it back to 0. And that is dealing with the key press. Time 2 is T, which is the time that we started, minus timer minus time. Whoops. This is how much time you have left. Time starts off, no, time was timer. T was something. What did, oh, T started out as 10. So T is the number of seconds in the level. Okay. T equals time 2. Okay, time 2 is the number of seconds you have left. Print the number of seconds you have left. If shots is 0 or circ is less than A, then shot end. So basically, if you run out of shots, or circle is less than A is the number of Zalcunians. Circ was up here, and I couldn't quite figure out why we were increasing it. We increase it every time we hit a Zalcunian. So what does it matter if the number of circles is less than... Oh, I know. Because at this point, if we ran out of shots, circ is the number of Zalcunians we've killed this level. So if we ran out of shots, but the number of Zalcunians we killed is actually equal to the number of Zalcunians we started, then we beat the level. We're allowed to end the level on 0 shots if that last shot killed the last Zalcunian. This is a check to see, are you out of shots and are there still Zalcunians alive? Then we're going to go to shot end. And shot end has this message. We loop until we hit enter, and then we do the ending. We'll save the ending for later because I think that's the statistics. Okay, and we loop until the timer runs out, or we killed all the Zalcunians. So this will end the game when we run out of shots, and this will end the game if we run out of time, and this will end the level if we kill all the Zalcunians. We had 20 seconds to it, however much time you had left. And if you didn't kill all the Zalcunians, then that means you must have run out of time. Print that message and do the ending. Loop until A is equal to 128. This just sets a maximum level, basically. We'll never have more than 128 Zalcunians. Okay, and then we go to ending, which does all your statistics. So Zalcunians, we're just printing all these things. Percentage of Zalcunians destroyed, 256 times 100. So why 256? Well, in the first level there's 2, and then the second level there's 4, and then there's 8, and then there's 16, 32, 64, and then 128, and then the game ends. So 128 plus all those things is 250. No, it's not. It's totally not. It's 254. Because 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 all the way up to 128 is 255. We didn't have a level with just 1 Zalcunian, so okay. So we got the wrong number here. This should be 254. Anyway, doesn't matter. Shots used, total shots, accuracy. So remember we got the misses that we're calculating and the shot totals. So your accuracy is just the percentage of time you made a hit. And here's all your multi-kills. And I was being really, really optimistic. I calculated how many times you killed 10 of them. Anything from 11 to 164 is just bagged up into another variable. Like you could ever kill 164 Zalcunians in one go. Yeah, right. Okay, others is your total. Press any key to continue. That's it. There's no ending to this game if you win. So let's play it. Now that we've had like 27 minutes of just going through code, let's try and win this game. Okay, ooh. So this time I'm going to try and play good. And I want to go fast. Oh, that was only a triple. See, I only have 2 shots left, but I think I can get them all. Again, you have to average 2 kills. So if you ever kill a single, you have to get at least a triple at some point. I'm going to get a quadruple there. That's nice. And see if you can find the yellow dot. I see it right there. Okay, ready? That is the significance of that. But you can see my ship always lines up with the centers of the circles. Okay, now this is when there's 64 Zalcunians. And now their radius is so small that in order for you to get 2 of them, they have to have the same x coordinate, because the circles don't overlap any other way. Oh, nice. I hit that x. Oh, and I missed. That's not good. I don't think I've ever beat this level. I'm running out of time. Running out of shots. Oh, stupid. I was so close. Sorry. Oh, that's too bad. Let's do one more time. I know this is running long, but I want to hack it. Let's give myself 100 seconds. So now I'm not going to run out of time, and I'm going to give myself some extra shots here. No, I don't want to make it too easy. Okay. Like you'd ever turn the sound off. So sometimes the configuration of the Zalcunians at the beginning of the level, because it's all random, sometimes it's just impossible to beat. But that's okay. Like this one, I have to get a single. Oh, I got a single there and I didn't have to. It's okay. I followed it up with a triple. Oh, you can see my time has a percentage sign in it. I'm not sure why. I used a print using command to print that. And I mean, it could be because... Oh, that's too bad. Oh, come on, no way. I got 2 quadruples. Okay. That's nice. My accuracy was only 96% because I missed that one time. Let's do this. Let's give myself a lot more shots than I had before. So now I'll have the same number of shots as Zalcunians. So this should be easy. And this is laser game. Oh, I missed. Now I'm getting, oh. I think I chose yellow because I wanted it to be so close to the white color that you wouldn't quite notice it was there. I like this concept. I always really enjoyed this as one of my favorite original concepts. Okay, here's where things get a little dicey. But with 146 seconds and so many shots, and somewhere here there's another secret shot. This is the 64 Zalcunian. Oh, there's another shot. There's my shot. Nice. And we beat it. Oh, there's another one. At this point, you have to shoot at every possible X position, and it's probably impossible without hacking it. I've never cleared this. This doesn't count as clearing it because I cheated, but I won. I missed a few times, 136 shots. I actually got a septuple. Wow, awesome. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. We've literally spent an hour with LASRGAME. LASRGAME was awesome. I loved playing it. Of all my games, other than the 2 huge projects that I did. I loved playing this one over and over again because it was an actual game. Anyway, thanks for joining me in this adventure in old code. I hope you had as much fun as I did. We'll see you next time. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. We'll see you next time for more adventures in old code.